Hello, my lovely ladies. It's Heike here. It's Tuesday at 2 and it's a little bit after 2. I got stuck at a doctor's office. But here I am with your question. The question this week was all about portion control. And how do I measure my food without having a scale? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, number one, make sure you know when I'm going live. Every Tuesday at 2, you can, somewhere down here on Facebook, you can set the timer so you know when I'm going live. Number one. Number two, give it a like or a heart for me as you comment on my posts. And let me know when you're commenting so I know you're there, and say, hi Heike, I'm listening to you, and ask questions during my live posts. Because it does get lonely sometimes here, knowing that you guys listen, but you may have questions. Please feel free to interrupt me. I just have to get my glasses out. But other than that, I'm going to be okay. So it was about portion control. One of the main things in eating healthy is portion sizes. Today, I had a conversation with my client in regard to portion size and why people get larger rather than staying in better health and shape, despite our efforts in the fitness industry to teach healthy eating habits and exercise. And she says, well, now you go to a restaurant and they serve you a plate and you assume that this is what you're supposed to eat. And my story on this reminded me of what happened to me when I was a child. I was obese as a teenager, or up to the age of 12. And I have sometimes shared this story, but I thought it was a good topic because up to the age of 12, my parents and grandparents used to serve me my plate. Now, recently I came across a study that taught kids intuitive eating, meaning you eat when you're hungry, you eat what you want when you're hungry. Now, the study concluded, and that's a short version of that, is that the kids made the right choices. They ate healthy, they only as much as they needed. Fast forward, we're no longer kids. We all have had our own experiences with food. My experience with food was that I became an overeater, that I had to finish a large plate when I was 8, 10, 12, because that was what was on my plate. And we did not waste food, for sure. In my family, food was almost as precious as gold. So if you have food, you eat it. You do not waste it, no matter what. And so I ate and ate, and I got larger and larger. And at the age of 12, I fit into a size 22 or a European size 46. I was about 5'7", and I was clearly obese. Somehow, the gods looked out for me and said, this girl deserves better, and I lost 30 kilos like that. Within a week, I got really, really sick. But what this experience taught me is, now that I'm a coach and I help other people eat better, live better lives, that portion control is not to be underestimated. And when you think of recipes, it's usually like, oh, 4 ounces of this and 6 ounces of that, and measure a cup of this. But when you go to a restaurant or when you go out and eat, nobody has a measuring cup with them or a little scale so you can measure your foods. But think about it this way. When you eat, and you eat till you're full, which is another way to go about it, it's probably too much food. So number one tip for today, on this beautiful day, is I want to share with you is eat till you're 80% full. That's my number one tip in portion control. You don't have to finish your plate like I used to. You may have served yourself too much, but you can always put it back or not eat it or take it home. Eat till you're 80% full. And you have to test that. This is not just happening, oh, my stomach knows. I am full to 80% and now I'm leaving. It does take practice. So take meals and take your time for 20 minutes, eat slowly, and wait and see what happens after 20 minutes. How much food do you still have on your plate? And how much is still left? I just said that. How much is left? And do you really have to eat it? Want to eat it? Is there room in your stomach? So test this theory. Let me know how this 80% full will work for you. For me, personally, I go 80% full is where I could keep eating. I could be, but also I could get away from the table and still be a little bit hungry. So it's the fine line between, yes, I'm hungry. It's definitely not being stuffed. So think of it that way, like the opening button pants is definitely way over 80%. So 80% is slightly hungry, still could eat, push yourself away from the table and be done no matter what the portion size is on your plate. The other way to go is to use smaller plates. You've heard that before and you will hear it over and over again. Smaller plates will make you less likely to chow down a huge plate. The other thing you have to think about though is, do you go back for seconds? There are no seconds. Number 3, you will serve your plate in the kitchen, not on the table. So we're not doing family style pasta dinner where you have everything on your table and you just put more stuff on your plate. Serve in the kitchen, use a small plate. So use these suggestions, 80% full, step away from the table, use a smaller plate, and don't serve family style dinner. Meaning serve in the kitchen and you eat what's on your plate and take time, 20 minutes for finishing your meal at the minimum. So it could be fun if you're hanging out with others and eat and slowly chew and enjoy every bite you have. What do you think? So I want to know which strategy you're starting with. Okay, pop in here on Tuesdays at 2 for Facebook Live. I am here every Tuesday, no matter where I am. Right now, I'm in the outside of the doctor's office. Just happened that way. So let me know. Get your freebie, the way to eat your way to a spunky body. So get that freebie over on HeikeYates.com. And with that in mind, that's all I got for today. So let me know what strategies you're going to work with, and I'll see you next time here at The Art of Igniting Your Spark. Until then, ciao!